watching WGN Morning News at 6.
Well, now that the Hawks are Stanley Cup champs, you may want to hold on to some of that memorabilia that you've gathered throughout the season, whether it's an autograph, a ticket stub, jerseys, pictures, or newspapers. So how do you save it properly so that it lasts, and what are the best ways to display it? Larry is getting some tips from a pro. Hey, Larry.
Thank you, Robin. Jan Marion from H. Marion Framing Studio is here with some tips and some ideas. Jan, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me back, Larry.
All right, everybody wants to save the newspapers, right? That's the one thing everybody has. You can't just throw them in a cardboard box. Show us what you did with the newspapers here.
Sure. Well, this is today's news.
Yeah.
So as we...
you put it in this frame right here.
That's right. We cut it apart and we make an assembly. And you've got a nice design statement.
Okay, does this make this valuable, or is that not an issue when you're dealing with newspapers?
It's less of an issue. One thing that's important is you want to mount it to something that's black, because there will be some bleed through from the back side. So you want to be careful about that.
All right. And take a look at this box. People have like ticket stubs. They might have ribbons.
That's right.
What do I do with all this stuff?
That's right. Some things are not meant to go into a frame right away, so you're going to want to store them in an appropriate vessel, acid-free box, maybe sleeve them with acid-free tissue to avoid abrasion. Use of white cotton gloves is important to keep the oils from transferring onto the artifact.
And take a look at this big frame down here at the end, this Los Angeles Dodgers shirt.
Yeah.
That, you know, sometimes you have all this stuff, you don't know what to do with it. And I've noticed that in your shop, you do a lot of different, I guess, montages or whatever you would call them.
So in addition to the jersey, in this case, we've got every pitcher that's pitched a no-hitter signed the bat and the ball. So it's important to mount things properly. You want to sew the jersey down, not use any glue or tape. The bat, you can see we've fabricated an acrylic mount so that in 50 or 100 years, this thing can be opened up. And everything in here is in the exact same condition, mint condition, that it was in the day we put it in the frame. No
glue, no staples, no moisture, all very important. Here are some other examples of things that you've done, Jan.
Sure. You know, sometimes it's important to see the back side. Two-sided piece. And again...
more montages here, some great examples of the different things that you can put in a frame.
Right. UV glazing is very important. There's damaging ultraviolet, not just from sunlight, incandescent, fluorescence. It's cumulative and non-reversible. Always use UV filtering glass.
So all this is very important in preserving the value of the things that you have?
Sure. You can even send a piece down to the conservator for some restoration. That investment could pay dividends down the road.
Do all framers know how to do this properly?
Well, the truth of the matter is, it's like your car mechanic. You don't really know what they're doing, but there are framers, certified framers, that know the preservation techniques, and those are the folks you want to look for.
All right, and you're in Glenview.
Glenview and Wilmette.
All right, Jan Marion, H. Marion Framing Studios in Glenview and Wilmette. Jan, thanks for coming in. Some good advice there on preserving your memorabilia. Robin?